If you're someone that's considering moving to Kelowna, you need to watch this because I'm going to be sharing the 7 reasons why you shouldn't move to Kelowna, British Columbia. If you're someone that's really considering making the move to Kelowna, you're going to want to subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be releasing weekly videos so you stay up to date with what's going on in the real estate market here in Kelowna. For me, the biggest reason not to move to Kelowna is the gray skies. So this adds to the seasonal blues, and with our mild climate, you are able to do outdoor activities all year round. But once that haze sets over the lake in the summertime, it is kind of a bummer. You don't get much sunlight for the rest of the winter. You do have to maybe go some other places in order to get a little sunshine like Big White or Apex Mountain. The next reason not to move to Kelowna is our crime rate. I'm going to be sharing some statistics from an article that's just discussing how fast the crime is rising here in Kelowna. Based off of a 100 index, Kelowna is 122. The only city it was behind was Lethbridge, who had a 126 rating on this index. Kelowna has seen a 6% rise in crime over the last year. Across Canada, on this 100 index that they use to come up with the average crime rate, Canada's average is 73. So we are well above the Canadian average here in Kelowna. So let's look at this on what's actually going on here in Kelowna. And it is kind of sad that the amount of homelessness that we do have and experiencing over the last couple of years with our mild climate. And if you were to look at it, a lot of these crimes that are getting committed are around a lot of those hubs, and they're not major crimes. They're like petty theft and things like this that you can accept if you were to move here. You just have to know which areas are experiencing the high crime rate so you can avoid those if the crime is something that's really deterring you. And for the people that are wanting an honest opinion on what it's like to live here in Kelowna, you're going to want to subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be releasing more videos like this one so you can see what it's actually like to live here. And after you're done this video, make sure to check out all my other content that I have on the Kelowna real estate market. It's going to keep you informed with what's going on here in the real estate market. The next reason why not to move to Kelowna, and this would be a major reason why most people do, is boating. So wait, hold up a minute. I know that's why most people who come to Kelowna is to use Lake 𝐂𝐚𝐥𝐿, but it not might be the experience that you're looking for if you haven't been here before. A vast majority of 𝐂𝐚𝐥𝐿 Lake in the summertime is extremely busy. For the people that are looking to do water sports like water skiing and wakeboarding, with how busy the lake is in the summertime, a lot of people aren't able to do it to the full extent that they would like to, and they end up being really frustrated when they come here with their boats. The other extreme difficulty is finding a place to dock your boat here on Lake 𝐂𝐚𝐥𝐿. So a lot of people are having to pull their boats in and out of the water each and every night, which just makes it a major hassle. And with the limited parking, a lot of people are having to drop their boats off at the dock, drive back home, drop the trailer off because they're not able to find parking, catch a ride down here just to get on the boat. So it can take a couple hours in order just to get your boat in and out of the water. And there's always a massive backup at the dock at the end of the day where it seems like you're just sitting on the lake for a few hours before you're actually able to get your boat out. And for the people that are looking to get boat slips, they generally do have to wait a couple years and are quite expensive in order to get one. So this is a little bit of a downfall and something that people need to understand if they are going to move to Kelowna for the boating. It might not be the experience that they're looking for, and it's going to be a lot more expensive than anticipated. My next reason on why you should move to Kelowna is the forest fires. So the first summer that I moved here, I was super stoked to just be outside all year round, and in 2021, but because of the forest fires, you weren't able to actually hang out outside for a majority of the summer. With talking to the people who are born and raised here and been here for 40-50 years, they did say that 2021 was the worst forest fires had ever been in the 𝐂𝐚𝐥𝐿 Valley and in Kelowna. Where last summer, we did have a couple days that you weren't able to go outside because of the fires, but you were able to enjoy majority of the summertime, even with some fires going on. So it's just something that you need to be aware of. And some people that don't quite understand that you are going to have forest fires here. It's hot. It's a foresty region. It's something that you're never going to escape. And I just have met people that have moved here and then moved out of Kelowna because of the forest fires because they're not able to enjoy the summer like they would. So it's something that you need to be aware of and is a major con here in Kelowna. The forest fires. I'm sure we have all heard the phrase about British Columbia. BC stands for bring cash, and that's no different here in Kelowna. Another reason why you shouldn't move here is the cost of living. Especially for people who are starting out and younger, it is very hard to save money with how expensive the cost of living is here. You do pay a premium for that sunshine tax here, where you're able to have access to the lake and live in probably one of the most beautiful places here in Canada. So it's understandable that it is expensive to live here, but something that people just need to be aware of. Kelowna is still expensive. It's not as expensive, say, like other cities like Vancouver. You're not going to be saving much money on your actual cost of living by living in Kelowna. It still is quite expensive for people to live here. And following up on the expenses, the next reason why you shouldn't move to Kelowna is the real estate prices. Kelowna's real estate prices will be more than 2 times the average cost for a Canadian single-family home here in Kelowna, which makes it really difficult for people to live that, you would almost say, North American dream, where you got your single-family home and your couple kids and the white picket fence. It is very difficult to get into the market here in Kelowna for single-family homes with how high real estate prices are. So people just need to set their expectations that, hey, when you move here, you might have to build up and work your way up to that, where you have to buy maybe a condo to start. You build some equity there, you're able to keep it and rent it out or refinance it or sell it, and then you move into the townhouse, and then you build up all the way to a single family home. That's a lot of cases how people have to work. Because of the cost of living so high, you have to naturally build that equity in your properties. The good thing about here, once you get into the market, you do experience that massive appreciation, which then makes it easier for you to afford the next home. But it is a reason why I think people shouldn't move here. You're able to get a $400,000 home in Calgary, which would cost you $1 million here in Kelowna. So it's something that you have to consider if you're looking to move here to Kelowna, British Columbia. My main points from this video is just my personal experience from moving here, my expectations of what it was like to relocate from Alberta and move to Kelowna. There's a few things that I didn't quite know, and I'm sharing these in this video. These are things that can turn people off, and the last thing I want is for you to move here, experience all the great that Kelowna has to offer, but then these things kind of just set you back and you end up leaving and you wish you would have known before. And if you're someone that's still, even after watching this video, wanting to know more information on the real estate prices here in Kelowna, I'm going to leave my calendar link in the description below so you can book a call with me one-on-one so we can go over and we can see if the affordability of Kelowna is going to make sense for you and what you're trying to achieve in the future. And here's another thing that you need to consider on moving to Kelowna. And this is, it's not my personal experience of what I've found, but what hearing from other people is it is quite cliquey to get into and meet some friend groups here in the Kelowna area. I didn't experience that personally, but I hear that from a lot of people that move here. They find it a little difficult to get in and amalgamate themselves with some other people in the community, and they find it a little cliquey. So that's why picking the right neighborhood to live in is so crucial, where you're able to maybe establish some neighborhood friends. Like I was saying, I haven't personally experienced. I've found that majority of people who live here in Kelowna are not actually born and raised, so I found it quite easy to meet friends because it was very similar. We all had similar stories. We moved here to enjoy everything that Kelowna has to offer, but that is just some feedback that I've heard from other people that I've helped moved here. They found it a little cliquey in that it was difficult to make friends. So after hearing all that, and you're still considering making the move to Kelowna, I believe the pros outweigh the cons immensely, and it's been the best decision that I ever made personally was moving to Kelowna. And if you want to hear all the reasons why I chose Kelowna, you're going to want to watch this video here next.